The original muck boot company produced a huge range of wellies for a wide number of different tasks, and the ones that are right for you depend on what you need them for. That could be mucking out, or it could be doing a bit of gardening. It might even just be going for a nice long walk. Whatever the reason is, the original muck boot company is sure to have something that will suit your needs. Now you will notice some similarities between all of the boots, the first of which being this neoprene fabric material which the boots are sort of made out of before this rubber overlay comes over the top. The reason that this is used is because it's especially thermal, so it holds in heat really well. It's also waterproof. What the great things about the muck boots is that if you do get a bit hot, this material can easily be folded down. So you haven't got to be restricted by them all the way up the leg if you don't want them. Each boot also has this elasticated ring around the top. Now why this is so good is because it hugs the leg when you're wearing them, and that makes it obviously a bit more watertight, and it also means that it traps all the hot air in there, which is absolutely great. There are of course some differences between each boot. Those will depend on the boot's intended purpose, and those are the differences that we'll be discussing in this video. Now one of the first things that you're going to want to consider is the tread on the bottom of the shoe. Now this will depend on what you wish to use the boot for. I'm going to start off by looking at the bottom of a Wellington named the Chaw. Now this particular Wellington has been made for work purposes. And for that reason the base of the boot, the tread resembles that of an actual work boot. On the other end of the scale we've got the tread of the Edgewater, which resembles a little bit more like a trainer because this Wellington is made purposely for walking. And then in the centre we've got the Muckmaster. Now the Muckmaster is kind of in between, it's got a little bit of both. Good for walking, also good for a bit of working. Generally use this boot for mucking out, as suggested by the name Muckmaster. The next thing that you'll want to be looking at is the rubber overlay, which covers the foot of the boot and makes its way up to the leg. The length of this differs on each model, as you can see here. So you've got the Edgewater first. Again, this boot is made particularly for walking, so of course the rubber overlay comes up quite low. In the middle here we've got the Chaw, which again is intended as a work boot, so you've got the kind of mid-height overlay. And then at the side we've got the Muckmaster, which is going to be getting particularly dirty jobs, and that's why this one comes up a fair bit higher. There are of course some crossovers as well, so let's say that you'd like the tread, which is associated with the Chaw work boot, but you also would like the higher overlay, which generally comes on the Muckmaster. Muck Boot Company have thought of this as well and came up with what is called the Chaw 2K. And it does exactly what I've just mentioned there. So you've got the higher rubber overlay with the rubber tread on the bottom, which you would get with the work boot. Of course it could be that there isn't a job to be done and that all you need your welly for is to stay warm and dry. If warmth is what you're after, then the Arctic range is for you. Each boot features the same fantastic neoprene material which has gone into the design, but it also incorporates an extra thermal layer on the inside, which is exactly what you need to keep your feet warm on those extra cold days. It may simply be that the only thing you need the wellies for is for running up and down the garden or mowing the lawn, and that's where the scrub and the daily shoe come in. These boots are perfect to have next to the back door and a firm favourite among gardeners. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you do have any other questions, please feel free to contact us at gardencollets.co.uk.